Hi and welcome to your Quickie Pilates core class. For today's class you'll need a yoga block, or you can also use like a Pilates ball or even like a cushion or something. It's just to squeeze your squeeze in between your knees to activate your transverse a little bit more. So place that to the side and let's just come to lay on our backs. So feet are flat on the floor, hips distance apart, knees are bent, and you can place your hands by your hip points here. Take a big inhale, and as you exhale, imagine your hip points are drawing in towards the midline. You can even use your hands here to kind of squeeze them in together. Inhale, relax. And exhale, squeeze the hip points together. Inhale, relax. One more. Squeeze hip points together. Use the hands to really emphasize that movement. Good. Inhale, relax. So next we're going to do that same thing and then also adding a pelvic floor lift. So the pelvic floor is the muscles at the base of your pelvis, and you activate them through, if you imagine that you're peeing and you're stopping the pee, so it's that kind of sucking it in and up, that's engaging your pelvic floor. So we're going to do that together with pulling our hip points in towards the midline. Okay, so inhale. And as you exhale, engage that pelvic floor. Imagine that you're peeing and you're stopping the pee. So it's a really strong move from the base of our pelvis. And then at the same time, closing the hip points, drawing them in together. And then the low ribs pull in as well. So your entire core is really engaged here. But you're not crunching, right? You're only engaging from the inside. And inhale, relax. So we'll do that a few more times. So it's really about engaging from the inside, right? You're not crunching, you're not really doing anything, you're just engaging everything from inside out. So we'll do that again. Inhale. Exhale, draw those pelvic floor muscles up and in. Hip points drawing in towards the midline, low ribs are closing. Really strong here. Pull, 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 squeeze everything, and relax. Good. Let's do that one more time. Take a big inhale. Exhale, squeeze the bottom of your pelvis. Squeeze, 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 and your hip points drawing in. You can use your hands here, closing the low ribs. Everything is pulling in. Squeeze, and then inhale and hold it. Keep squeezing. Exhale, squeeze harder. Good. Inhale, hold it. Exhale, squeeze harder. Squeeze as hard as you can. And let it all go. Good job. So that's your foundation to strengthening your pelvic floor and your transverse abdominis, which is your transverse abs. They run like a corset around your low back. So it's a muscle that you can't really train with crunches, right? The crunches just work your superficial abs. But in order to get into our deeper abs, we have to do conscious work like that. So it's a lot about that mind-muscle connection. Okay, from here, push your low back into the floor. Lift your knees up so that they're in a 90-degree angle. So you're in this tabletop position. Make sure that you are lifting your pelvic floor and you're pulling those hip points towards each other. Just staying here can be quite a lot of work. Inhale, tap the left toes down. Exhale, back up. Inhale, tap the right toes down. Exhale, back up. Inhale. Inhale. pressing that low back into the floor. Do not let it come off the floor. If it comes off the floor, you can tap the toes a little bit closer to your booty. That's a little bit easier. And you can also pull your knees in a little bit closer to your chest. That'll take it out of the abs a little bit. But if you want more of a challenge, bring the knees further out and then tap a little bit further from your booty. Good. 2 more each side. You might already be shaking. It seems really easy, but there we go. But if you focus on all the right things, it's actually really hard. Now, grab your block or your pillow or whatever you have, place it in between the knees and squeeze the knees together. Bring the legs back into tabletop. And now, without letting your low back come off the floor, tap the toes and bring it back up. Tap the toes, bring it back up. Remember, squeeze that pelvic floor. Draw those hip points towards the midline. Good. And you want to try to keep your belly flat here so you don't have intra-abdominal pressure. Push that low back into the floor. And again, if this is too difficult, you just tap a little bit closer to your booty. And if it's way too hard, you can keep doing the one leg at a time instead. This is really challenging for me. If it's too easy, you can bring your arms up and work here. 2 more. Last one. Whew, good job. Place that to the side. Wiggle out the hips. Bring the knees back into your tabletop position. Low back is pressing into the floor. Take your hands, press them into your left thigh as you extend your right leg out to tap the floor with the heel. Bring it back. Switch. Bring your hands to the right thigh. Tap your left heel and switch. Again, do not let your low back come off the floor. This is really hard. I am shaking here. Remember to squeeze that pelvic floor. Squeeze those hip points towards one another. Oh, it's really hard to talk and do this. 2 more. Last one. Ooh, good job. All right, bring your knees into your chest. Take a moment. Now extend your legs, and you can keep the knees slightly bent if you need to. Tap the right heel down, lift it back up. Tap the left and lift back up. Again, keeping this movement coming from the low belly. That low back is on the floor. I am feeling this. Good. Last one. Whew. Good job. Take a moment. Now grab your block or your pillow again. Place it in between your knees. Extend your legs. You can bring them down if you want more of a challenge. If you want less of a challenge, you can bring them further towards your face. And then from here, you're gonna bend the knees and extend. Bend and extend. Bend and extend. If you want even more, you can bend, tap, bend, extend. Bend, tap, up, extend. Bend, tap, up, extend. Bend, tap, up, extend. Let's do 3 more. Tap, bend, extend, bend, tap, up, extend, bend, tap, up, extend. I think we got 1 more, right? Ooh, remove the block. Hug your knees into your chest, wiggle around a bit. You can come over to your belly take a bit of a stretch. Feet are mat distance apart. Come up onto your elbows and just feel a nice stretch through your low belly. If you don't feel anything, you can come up a little bit more. Beautiful. Ooh, you can stretch as much as you need to. Thank you so much for joining me for that quickie deep core workout, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.